Hey guys, Harry from Inside Boxing Brain, and I'm back for another video. I want to talk about Anthony Joshua's fight with Jermaine Franklin, due to take place this weekend. Before I get into that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and also comment your thoughts about this fight below. A special thank you to everybody who supported me by clicking on my affiliate links. Whether you like the products you check out or you're just checking out the products which I'm recommending, I really appreciate it. So check the links in the description below as well. Anyway, enough of the intro. Let's get into today's video. Now, I want to talk about this fight because we're only a few days away and both fighters are now in the UK as well. I know Anthony Joshua has been training in America, and Jermaine Franklin is originally from America, but they've both come to the UK because this fight is happening at the O2 Arena. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is that this fight has really not sold very well. Tickets are still on sale for this fight, which, in my opinion, I think it's the first time that Anthony Joshua has fought in the UK, and it hasn't been an immediate sellout event. You know, in most cases, what you find is that Anthony Joshua fights will sell out within the first couple of days, whereas we are on the fight week and this fight is still not sold out and tickets are available. So if you're interested in watching Anthony Joshua fight, there are some cheap tickets still going. Buy a ticket and go watch him live, because I really think that with him coming off back-to-back losses, he's going to come with the bit between his teeth and he's going to really want to put on a show-stopping performance against Franklin. Now, I actually did a build up to this fight a few weeks ago where I did a formal prediction. So I don't want this video to be a fight prediction. I want to talk about the things that have been happening within the camps on the build up to this fight. Now, the second thing that I really want to discuss is the fact that Jermaine Franklin is currently in a lawsuit and has a legal battle and case pending against his promoter, Dmitry Salita. Now, you'll all remember Dmitry Salita as a welterweight fighter and somebody who actually fought against Amir Khan. A number of years ago, he was defeated by Amir Khan, but he then subsequently went on to become a boxing promoter, and he's been giving fighters the opportunity to step into the professional ranks and actually have some financial backing. So Franklin is suing him because Franklin believes that his split of this fight purse is too high. Now, the way I want to explain this to you is that I think that, yes, a number of promoters do take a lot from their fighters in terms of percentage splits, but the truth is, in this case, Jermaine Franklin is a fighter who only, I think, a year ago was working in a factory and boxing part-time. He's been able to level up within his career very quickly, and I think that that is down to the hard work and financial investment of Dmitry Salita. Now, the last two fights, this one included, so Anthony Joshua and his last fight against Dillian Whyte, are both high turnover fights, and I think that he will, in these two fights, be making in upwards of $3 to $4 million. Now, the investment that Dmitry Salita has made into Jermaine Franklin needs to be recouped, because in the build-up, the likelihood that Jermaine Franklin is going to be earning substantial money is very unlikely. But now I believe that he's earning the big bucks, as they say in America, or a large fight purse here in the UK. I think that Dmitry Salita is rightfully taking his percentage cut back. Now, in most cases, it can range from anywhere from 5, 10, 15, up to about 25%. But we don't know the hooks and crooks because this case is still pending. But for me, it's interesting because I want to know how this will affect Jermaine Franklin mentally. Is it going to take him off his fight plan and his fight strategy because he's thinking about the finances too much and this court case that is looming? And the angst and the worry of potentially losing his promoter, who has managed to get him up to this level where he's fighting on pay-per-view. So I really think that that could bear significant impact on the fight and potentially the outcome of the fight as well, because I think Jermaine is going to be split in two. His mind and his heart are going to be in different places. You know, his heart might be in the fight, but his mind is most definitely sitting in that case because there's a lot of money riding on it for him. You know, for instance, if he was earning $1 million for this fight and Dimitri Salita is taking 25% of that as a promoter's fee, that's 250 grand off the top line, straight off of his purse. Not taking into account the fact that this is going to be heavily taxed. He'll have trainers to pay, dietitians to pay. So very quickly that money is going to dwindle down. So he may be thinking that I'm earning all this money and I'm having to give away a third of it immediately. So I understand his concerns, but I do think it's going to bear impact on the fight. Secondly, I want to talk about Anthony Joshua and the fact that he is coming off back-to-back losses to Oleksandr Usyk. If we all remember, or if I could take you back to the point where he lost the second fight, the rematch in Saudi Arabia, he actually had a break in his mental health. And you could see that physically and mentally he was not in a great place. Mentally, he was having outbursts in the ring, saying ridiculous things like, how did you beat me? How could you beat me? You're a smaller fighter. It's not about strength, this, that and the other. So I really think that that will have bared significant impact on him as a fighter. Now, has he had enough time to really turn it around? I know he's been training in America and he's taken himself away from the glitz and the glam and the spotlight here in the UK because, yeah, he's a household name. He's a major celebrity and he can't walk down the street without being recognised. So one part of me is thinking that maybe he is going to come fighting fit, mentally ready to put on a spectacle. But the other part of me is thinking that those demons are very hard to shake. And after back-to-back losses, being outclassed by Oleksandr Usyk, and you know his loss against Andy Ruiz Jr., where he was stopped, he retired himself from that fight. I watched it not long ago, and the referee is saying to him, "Are you ready to fight? Do you want to continue?" And he's just got his arms on the ropes. He's just chilling. He's looking around, and then the referee waves it off. So, you know, he retired himself from that fight, which again I think shows a bit of mental weakness in Anthony Joshua. When the going gets tough, you know, I think he finds a way to cop out. So both fighters have got a lot playing on their minds going into this fight. And I'm really thinking greatly about who is under the most mental stress. And honestly thinking, I do think it's Anthony Joshua. It's his homecoming fight. Back-to-back losses. First fight on UK soil in a number of years. He's fighting against a fighter who isn't a credible or a household name. He's only had one fight on his record which gives him any credibility, and that is against Dillian Whyte, which I personally think that Franklin won 7 rounds to 5. But Anthony Joshua is going to have those fight memories replaying through his mind as he's walking to the ring, as he's preparing to go into battle and into war. And I really feel that Anthony Joshua's biggest weakness isn't any of his physical attributes, it's his mental conditioning. Because I think that the big events really get the better of him. And on this occasion, I think once again, he has got a lot of pressure on him because the vast majority of fans are expecting him to win this fight and to dominate it. And if he doesn't, I think he's going to realise very quickly that the British fans are no longer backing him and no longer behind him. And that comes with a lot of pressure on his mental state. And I think mental health plays a massive part in how you perform on the night. So I am really interested to see how this fight pans out. Do drop your comments in the comment section below. Who do you think's under the most mental pressure and who's going to cope with it better? Do you think it's just down to physicalities? Or do you think that the mental conditioning really is going to play a big part in the outcome of this fight? So that's my little video on this fight. I am really shocked at why it's not sold out. You know, Anthony Joshua was such a massive draw only a few fights ago that he was selling out pretty much every single fight. And to me, I was a little bit like shocked as to why all of a sudden after back-to-back defeats, he can't even sell out the O2 Arena. Is it the opponent? Are people not interested in watching Jermaine Franklin fight? Could very well be. I know that Joshua signed a massive, £100 million contract with DAZN Boxing, who are going to be broadcasting the fight. I'm going to tune in live to watch it, and I will be doing a post-fight analysis as well. So guys, I'll be back for another video really soon. There's a couple more videos that I'm going to be recording today. Due to the comments that I'm getting at the moment, I really want to record videos which are of interest to you, so that's why I'm going to be recording a couple more videos. Primarily I'm going to do one on this KSI fight against Joe Fournier, because one of you guys left me an absolute mammoth of a comment, and I really wanted to address a few of the points that were made in that. But instead of just doing it over the comments, I thought, let me do a bit more of an in-depth video about this fight and why I believe the outcome is going to be what it's going to be, in my opinion. Guys, do hit that affiliate link if you're interested in purchasing this fleece, this hat. As I say, I'm not the most stylish of people, but I like comfort wear, and as I say, it helps me, it helps grow this channel, and it's what supports me to continue to do these videos. So I really appreciate everybody who's supporting me, who's subscribing to the channel, who's liking these videos, who's commenting their thoughts and feedback on the videos as well. And genuinely from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you who are following this page. I'll be back really soon for another video, guys. If everybody's fasting, Ramadan Mubarak to you. And I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. You already know what it is. Harry from Inside Boxing Brain. And yes, I'll be back for another video very soon. Peace.